Mace Mead, 1 year old. This is 13.5% and 1.038 final gravity. If you're curious, 1.038 is pretty sweet. So I do remember this was very strong, though.
The aroma is super fantastic. Brian is going to hate
a little medicinal.
it entirely. I, however, find it fantastic. I love it. I love the aroma.
It's a little medicinal.
It's very pungent.
Oh, yeah.
It's got herbal. It's got floral. It's got all the stuff going on.
Now, this is Mace pericarps, actually.
Right.
That we made this with.
Yes.
It's in the nutmeg kind of family-ish thing.
And if you put that in your head and then you smell this, you're going to go, oh, I could totally get nutmeg off
Oh, yeah. It's strong.
But I have fear that it's going to be a little punchy.
Actually, the flavor is much better than the smell. I think we added so much sweetness to this that it covers up a lot of the harsh medicinalness of it. It's there on the back end, though.
Woo, doggy.
It's strong.
You know how when you eat certain things, it like makes your cheek muscles kind of clench? I was clenching.
This is an experience, Mead.
It is. I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it at all.
I don't
I
love
think it would
it.
be better mulled.
Oh.
You heat this up.
With some apple juice in
Yeah.
this? Oh, that would be lovely.
We may have to test that.
That would be lovely. We don't have any apple juice right now, I don't think.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Then maybe we won't be testing that. I hate this a lot less than I thought I was going to. It is medicinal. Okay, it does have a kind of a... Oh, it's hard to explain. There's a bit of a harshness to it.
It's got the little dancing on your tongue kind of
As
sensation.
I remember, we so beyond normality overdid the amount of mace that we put into
we
this.
went
It was ridiculous how much we put in, just to see what would happen, probably.
I'm kind of getting a clove sensation.
Yeah, it's very clove-like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have the same burn as cloves. So it's a lot less objectionable than like a heavy clove would be. It's actually not bad. If you like metheglins and spiced meads, you might like this because it's growing on me.
Oh,
the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm like, this is pretty decent.
Now that you've put the mold thought in my head, I'm like, oh.
But I'm even
apple
thinking
juice, cranberry juice,
if
orange juice.
this sat on some cinnamon with a little allspice in there, this could actually be really good.
Well, if you're going to add more spice to it, then I think you need to add something else that's not spice to this because it's certainly potent. It's not a wussy, dainty beverage.
No, it's not. It's got some power to it.
So I wouldn't want to go too far.
I don't know. I kind of want to tone the medicinality of the mace down. That's why I go with the allspice and cinnamon because they kind of round it out, add a little heat, add a little sweet.
I don't know.
It's a little overly sweet. I will say that.
It is overly sweet. And we did that on purpose to fight the initial...
Yeah, I think we went too far.
I'm thinking we probably did too.
And people have asked a couple times, what do you do if it's too sweet? The only thing you can really do is dilute it or blend it.
Right.
So if we had another mead that was more neutral or dry, we could blend this, and then you have something that would be like somewhere in the middle.
And adding this to a fruit juice that isn't overly sweet, good luck finding that, particularly if you're in the United States because they sweeten all the fruit juices to oblivion.
No, I know what you mean.
But get some just pure fruit juice and add this to it and warm it up.
Well, a mold thing is usually sweet.
Beautiful.
Usually mold things are sweet.
Sure, but this is sweet enough on its own.
Yeah.
You don't want to add something sweet to it, is what I'm trying to say.
The more I'm drinking it, the more I'm finding it's actually quite nice.
It's working on me now.
It's unusual. It's not your typical mead at all. Definitely get the honey character, though. I mean,
absolutely.
It's like honey with a little spice up front, and then the honey builds, and the honey builds, then the honey fades away a little bit, and then you get hit with the mace medicinal quality.
And I think the more you drink it, the more you get acclimated to it, and it's not so aggressive. At first,
the first taste, you probably saw I made a face.
But I'm not clenching anymore, so there you go.
Even letting it sit in the mouth for a while. It has a clove flavor without the clove burn.
Yeah.
I know I said that, but even letting it sit, you're not getting the clove oil burn.
I'm kind of getting the numbing kind of.
You know what would be really good on this?
Vanilla. Vanilla would be lovely.
Vanilla extract in this would make this knockout.
There are just so many mad scientist cocktail
yeah.
things going on in my head right now with this that
But I think the idea was to make a Mace Mead using something that one of our viewers sent us this.
Yeah.
So, and it was apparently not easy to get.
was it like from Indonesia or
something like
someplace?
that, yeah.
I can't remember. Sorry.
I don't remember exactly what you were.
Anyway, when we did some search for it, I think we actually found them on Amazon.
I think we may have, yeah.
Which, if I did find that, the Derek a year ago, put that link in the description of that video conveniently for you if you want to make this. And I would say
This
at
is worthy of being made.
Make it, yeah.
If you like metheglin, spicy type stuff,
you
would
would
really
probably
appreciate
really
this.
enjoy this. And don't
Like, I could totally see me filling a mug and sitting and enjoying this.
yeah.
As is, without altering it. But
Right.
mold with other stuff added, this would just,
I would
it goes,
probably drink way too much of it if it was mold.
yeah. So we have to put numbers on this. And it's just the one number, just our own personal, how do you feel about it?
Our enjoyment number.
Yeah, and our scoring goes 1 through 10, with the occasional 11 being reserved for things that are just out of this world amazing. 1 means I probably would not want to drink this again, and I might dump it out. 10 is just, there's almost nothing that I would change in that brew, okay? Anything above like a 7, though, is considered really great. Like a 7.5 and above is just really great. A 5 to a 7 is, this is a good thing. I would drink this. Below a 5 is questionable levels of would I even bother. 1, 2, 3, 6.5.
I'm ready.
Okay. That means it's all on me. If I go off my first taste, it's a different score.
Yeah, we're not for the first taste. We're going over the overall
Okay, I'm gonna
experience.
my overall experience with this as of this moment right now. All right.
Ready?
1, 2, 3,
7.
8.
Whoa!
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say this is a great
Now,
mead.
I was surprised initially, and then I thought about it. I'm like, no, you're not surprised at all. Why?
This is my
Brian
thing.
loves methaglins. This is 110% of metheglin. This is a metheglin plus.
However, it's not the best metheglin I've ever made.
Right.
So that's why it's an 8, not a 9 or a 10.
Because it's just mace. It's full-on mace.
So the things that I knocked it down for are the mace is a little medicinal for me. Not a lot. I mean, as I drank more of it, it's just a little too medicinal, and I think it's a little overly sweet. Which, overly sweet is probably less objectionable to... Overly sweet is probably less objectionable to me, personally, than undersweet, especially on something like this.
Oh, yeah.
If this was
wasn't-
not sweet enough,
it would be
lower.
It would be way too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Brian, it's all Brian's fault. He planted that thought in my head, and now I really just want a fruit note added. To
Yeah, this bottle's not going to last till tomorrow, I'll tell you that. And that says it's really good.
I know there's cranberry juice in the house, so
Yep.
I'm going to be drinking some
You know, this with cranberry juice would probably be a
mace
really
heated
nice...
in a nice mug.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I know somebody's going to say, how come you guys didn't do it on camera? Well, because, you know, even if we do it and we relay the flavors, we're just telling you what we experience. It's
Right.
not really...
It's-
You don't get to experience it with us. So, you know, it's just another 10 minutes added to the video that doesn't really help.
And that was the only reason why I knocked it down to a 7. And as Brian said, the 7 is right at the cusp of this is great. So this is just...
I have to admit, I'm
Great.
very surprised. I did not think this
Yeah.
was going to be as good.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to have problems, but I think a year gave this a lot of time to mellow.
yeah.
I think the the mace really toned itself down and blended beautifully with the honey.
Yeah.
Mace and honey really work well together.
They do.
So,
Which I don't recall, but I think we have more somewhere.
yeah, I think
in
we
the
have a
realm
lot
of
more.
All of our stuff. So mace might be an ingredient that we reinvestigate with some other things based on Brian's suggestions. I think doing another metheglin with the mace
I think
added
we could use it.
is
Most
certainly something we want to do. So be looking for that
But-
sometime.
But, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.